Okay, so welcome to this small shop tour. Just a single car garage, 1940s, 50s, something like that. Rock solid concrete, and you need an SDS drill to put up anything. So I want to give you this tour. It's not because I want to impress you with my amazing organisation skills. No, I'm going to be changing a lot of this garage towards the end of 23 and definitely into 24 and the summer of 24. I've already changed quite a bit already, and I just want you to document the changes really. And as I show you around, I want to make a list of some of the projects and things I need to get done, so I can turn them into videos. So making a list of project videos, let's say that. So what we'll do is we'll start with this, my dust extraction cart. Now this is a 30 litre Titan TTB 776 vac, wet and dry, £79.99 from Screwfix, of course. Absolute beast. I am so impressed with this. It is absolutely amazing. Money very well spent. It's got the takeoff attachment, so you can plug your saws and your drills and things into that, and as soon as you start the actual tool, this starts up. Absolutely amazing. Now, I've built this cart recently. I made all the pieces and forgot two pieces, these two front pieces, so I've had to make them afterwards, and I never got round to painting them, so never mind. But it fits in nice and snugly. Got it on casters. There we go, lockable casters. And obviously on top, as you can see, I have this cyclone, isn't it? And a steel bucket, or aluminium bucket, don't know what, to go with it. And this, when you start it up, it does pull it in. It does. I have had some, as you can see, I've had some blockages and it's pulled it in. So I was watching Charlie D.I. White, is that how you say it? And he was talking about this little release valve that he bought. And I followed the link and I got one too, and it works amazingly. Fantastic. It's all a bit sort of held together with electrical tape and some rubbish gaffer tape at the moment. I'm not very good, or I haven't had much luck getting the right sort of, I don't know what they're called, attachments, where you get different sizes. So if anyone can help me with that, that'd be absolutely amazing. Cyclone was from eBay, can't remember how much, don't know if I've got the link, but it works brilliantly. The bucket, if I can find the link on eBay, I will add it below, but it's brilliant. It is really good. And I would say about 70-80% of all the sawdust goes straight in this bucket. Fantastic. So this year, 2023, this whole bench, this side here, is probably the biggest change I've made to the garage. I had some IKEA storage here that had these little, all these bins that slide in and out. And it just kept, I guess it was, and they just kept falling down where the sides had bowed, and it just didn't hold them in properly. So I chucked all that away, made my own shelving, my own bench top. At the moment, it's working really well. I've got all sorts of here. I've got a couple of drawers here that are just miscellaneous ironmongery bits and bobs. We got gloves. We got a bucket of PPE. All the green stuff is for gardening. I've got tapes and glues. I've got a sanding drawer, nails and staples, so sort of random stuff, little brad nails, things like that. Screws, so just some odds and ends of screws and bits and bobs. On this one I've got spanners, adjustables, screwdrivers, small hand tools, so just like pliers and files and things like that. Socket set tools, so again just random bits and bobs of socket sets. And these are amazing. These sort of, I use these all the time. These socket sets that fit into the impact driver. Brilliant. Driving bits, driver bits, Allen keys. Again, just a collection of old bits and bobs that have been hanging around for years. This one, I've just got a few vacuum cleaner bits and bin bags, that's all. Knives and blades, so hacksaws and Stanley knives. Router bits, 8mm router bits, 1/4 inch router bits, all of a bit of a mess. We'll go through that in a little bit. And drill bits and cutters and all sorts of bits and bobs in there. Forstner bits, Ferrex Forstner bits that are absolutely rubbish. There we go. I've got a load of these Stanley organiser cases. These were going cheap, half price at Screwfix, and I bought 8 of them. I've got some of them marked up M5, M6, M8, M10 and 12. And then these 4 are empty at the moment. Okay, so let's have a look at the bench up the top here. Well, let's look above the bench actually. I've got some sash clamps up there. Some goggles that are just getting dusty. Oh dear, should put them away really. Anyway, got some drills. I've got some drills. Got my old Makita drills. I bought these second-hand off eBay and bought some cheap Chinese batteries, but I've had these 6-7 years and they've been absolutely amazing, those batteries. The drills are now starting, one of these is starting not to connect with the battery every time, and you've got to smack the bottom of the battery to get it working. So one of them, I can never remember which one it is. I am fully signed up to the Bosch 18 volt battery for all alliance thingy, my bobs. Definitely fully signed up to that. This is my orbital sander, my Bosch. Comes with a battery, but I thought the battery at the time, can't remember which size battery it comes with, but it definitely needs a bigger more powerful battery to get the most out of this. But it works amazingly, it's brilliant. That's about 73 quid, I think. You can get that from B&Q. The tool that's changed my life the most is this Bosch impact driver. Okay, sorry, a future editing Trev here. To say this impact driver has changed my life is a bit of an exaggeration. I've only recently got it and I really wish I'd had one much sooner. Brilliant little thing, absolutely brilliant. 100 quid I think that is nowadays. I don't remember paying 100 quid for it, but 100 quid with a battery. This is my, I call it an easy impact, but it's just a combination drill, so why they call it an easy impact I don't know. Anyway, I wanted a couple more batteries, so I bought this. This was £79, £78, and it comes with 2 batteries. The battery's about 35 quid each according to Bosch, so that's 70 quid. So for 8 quid I got myself an almost free extra drill. And you can never have too many drills. We'll move along here. It's my little drill press. I bought this 35 quid off eBay. I was going to buy one of these new. I think they're about £69 new. But yeah, it's little, it's underpowered. But for the moment, it does me absolutely fine. Let's start making a list of the jobs that I want to film and make for the channel. I want to make a little table for this with a fence, adjustable fence. I want to buy some snooker balls or pool balls and change these handles a little bit. So there's a couple of jobs there. But yeah, a little table. I don't know if it's called a table, but a fence. Something to rest larger pieces of work on, because it's not a massive plate, that. This is my little caddy. I took these trays out of my DeWalt T-stack boxes. Didn't want the trays in there, but it makes quite a nice little caddy for all my regular bits and bobs that I use. Pens and pencils, tape measures, calipers, my regular Stanley knife, and this is an amazing little thing. Bosch little electric screwdriver. It's actually got quite a bit of power for what it is. The IXO3 something. It just charges up with a USB cable, and yeah, brilliant. This, let me show you this. This is a cool bit of kit. I've got all my sanding, I don't know what you call them. I don't know what they're called. But I screw that into the drill press and do all my sanding, rounded sanding. Don't know, talking nonsense now. But that was a few quids from Screwfix. This is just an old set of drill bits that's, yeah, I've lost most of the drill bits in there, to be honest with you. Okay, so here is my Titan jointer planer. Good bit of kit. I love using this. Really noisy, but I love it. It's brilliant. Again, I've had this for years, but again, I am still just learning how to use this properly. We've got the pillar drill, joiner planer, and then I've got a bandsaw there. So I haven't got a load of room to put wood through that. So I made a little tray that slides out. But yes, I've got the thickness up planer on this little sliding tray. No other plans at the moment to do anything with this, any modifications. If you've got any suggestions, please let me know. It's £219 at the moment. I don't think I paid that much. I really don't. I think I might 179, 180 sounds about right. I think this has gone up in price quite a bit lately, but I've had that a couple of years now. Anyway, moving on to the Titan bandsaw. I paid £149 for this. I think it's £159 at the moment, so that's gone up a tenner. This thing is okay. I don't think I've got the best out of this yet. The blade is rubbish, and I have got a new blade that I want to change over. I actually have to thank the Garage Workshop. He did a video about changing the blade on his Titan bandsaw, and I didn't actually go with his recommendations in the end, but it did make me start looking about for a replacement blade, and I went with a similar or exactly the same blade as him. This is... can't remember. It's a wider blade, I know that much. It's the widest blade that this bandsaw will take. Oh dear. Oh well. But I've got to change that. But at the moment I haven't. This is just woeful at the moment. It does okay, but I haven't done anything really serious with this. This fence is absolutely rubbish. So I've got to use this more. Got to figure out how to use this properly. I've got a couple of sets of drawers there. A little tiny one, little nightstand one. And a little 3-drawer, 4-drawer sort of thing. Got some plans to upcycle them. Not sure what to do with them, but that's something else that's on my list. That is my old circular saw. Had that 15 years. It was the biggest blade I could get off of eBay. It was never accurate. I'd have to always check it. Every time I used it, every time I touched it, moved it, adjusted it, I'd have to check it. Anyway, that's my old one. We'll talk about my new one soon. This is a bit of my log store. I've got some timbers up there, stubwork timbers, bits and bobs, all sorts of different sizes and bits of ends of beds and stuff, some sheet goods and some pallets that I've pulled apart. This is my book of all these different plans, and I've got an Adirondack chair in there, different ideas. There we go. I've got a few set squares, or are they just called squares, or what are they called? Anyway, I don't have anywhere to put them, so somewhere that I can hang my metal rulers, and these squares would be great. Add that to the list. I have over here my Trend pocket hole jig. Absolutely love using this. Don't use it often enough, but it's there. Fantastic bit of kit. £154 is a bit steep, but it's cool. Got a little bag and accessories with it as well. I'm going to come back to the table saw, but this is my newest tool. This is an amazing bit of kit, and I have Woodworking Journey to thank for this. He was the one who made me spend £228.99 on this. Now, like I said, I had my old mitre saw, very inaccurate and an absolute nightmare. This is my new Hyundai HYMS 200E, and it's a 255mm blade. Absolutely amazing. Best thing about this is that it slides forward. It's got those forward sliding bars. How brilliant is that? Why aren't all circular saws like that? Because this Chinese beast of a thing up here takes up so much room. It's just really impractical in a small workshop. But this thing, absolutely brilliant. It is fantastic, and it was accurate out of the box. It's really easy to slide and move. Absolutely fantastic. The depth stop isn't great on it, if you want to do the trenching feature, whatever it's called, but it absolutely, well, it's probably a bit, it doesn't glide very well at the moment because it's got a load of sawdust all over it, but it is brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. And if I plug my shop vac into this, contrary to all the sawdust you can see around the back there, it actually doesn't, a lot of the sawdust goes right up inside there and into the vac. Really does work amazingly well, I think, anyway. But sliding mitre saw, single bevel sliding mitre saw, front sliding rails, absolutely fantastic. Now, one of the big projects for next year is to take away this bench that's absolutely full of rubbish. Solid bench that I built many years ago has got to go, I think, and I'm going to build myself a proper mitre station, definitely. These are my DeWalt T-stack boxes. I'll come back to them. Over the back here, we got some grip feel. We got these brilliant band clamps, $6.99 I think from Screwfix. I bought 2 of them. I always like to do that. If I like something so much, I'll buy 2, just in case you ever need 2. And I've got all sorts of paints and sprays and white spirits and all sorts of stuff. They're just a load of junk basically, and blah blah blah. And then the back half of the garage is just normal garagey junk stuff, really. This is my workbench with built-in Titan table saw. It's all Titan. I had an old Chinese piece of rubbish off of eBay that blew up on me, so I had to go out and get myself a new table saw, and I just basically went out and grabbed this one. I had some work to do and I just needed a table saw, so I've got that. I paid $129.99 for this. At the moment in Screwfix it's $149.99. I think it's actually a half decent bit of kit. If you make a simple modification to the fence, i.e. stuff a little bit of paper in there, all you got to do, very expensive upgrade, put that in there, lock it down, perfect. I am being sarcastic, yes, but no, I'm actually quite happy with it. It's got absolutely rubbish dust collection, and at the moment all the dust just goes straight out the back everywhere. I've cut a hole so all the dust goes down here, and another job I need to put on the list is a box that slides in there, catches all the sawdust. I pull the box out and just hoover the inside of the box. If you've got any ideas, let me know. Something you might be able to spot, if we look down here, is the wheels. We got a locking wheel on the outside of the left here, and we got another wheel that's sort of 2/3 of the way in. So the back of the workbench isn't actually supported by much, and that's because the back there of the garage floor, but it actually slopes up. So I actually need to leave a bit of space so the workbench is level, but I can wheel it around, if you know what I mean. Anyway, under this side of the workbench, or at this side of the workbench, I do have a little vise that I hardly ever use. Where's that little bit gone? Never noticed that's missing before. Where's the end of that gone? Oh, that's good, isn't it? I didn't know that was missing. Oh, it's obviously somewhere on the floor somewhere. Under here is another newish tool. Is my Parkside track saw, plunge saw. Up here is another little gem. This is a brilliant bit of kit. This is a £40 drill bit, Forstner bit. Now what are these called? What are those called? Can't remember. Spade bit, drill bits. 40 quid this cost from B&Q, Universal, whatever that brand is that they sell a lot of. But this is really sharp. All of this is really sharp. Auger bits, that's what they're called, isn't it? But I've used the auger bits, amazing. I've used some of the Forstner bits, absolutely amazing. Drill bits, I've used them, really sharp. It's a really great bit of kit. £40, really well spent. I'm so happy with that. I'll just keep that under there for the moment. Right, my DeWalt T-Stack cases. I bought these, I think they're a little bit discounted. I think they're about 24 quid, 24.99 in Screwfix. I think there was £18 I paid for them. I remember I got two of them for just under 40 something quid. So I'm thinking 18, 20 quid I paid for these at the time. As you can see, it says Bosch on the DeWalt box. And in here is some more Bosch tools. We have my Bosch little circular saw, 18 volt power for all, Alliance. Great little bit of kit. Never really lets me down. It has jammed up a couple of times, but you know, I was being a bit silly and trying to cut too much at once. But it is really good bit of kit. Very happy I bought that. I think they're £130 at the moment. Again, I think I bought that from B&Q. Comes with a battery. We've got a couple of routers in here. This is my newer router. This is my bigger, older router that I really haven't used very much. Had this 7 or 8 years, hardly ever used it. And because I hardly ever used it, I thought it was a great idea to spend another 135 quid on this cordless router that I hardly ever use now. I just wanted it and I had to buy it. I don't know why, it was a very silly impulse buy, but anyway. So Bosch, being German, they come with the 6 and the 8mm shank, but they also have the 1/4 inch shank for this model. Okay, I assumed when I bought this it would be the exact same, but this only came with a 6 and an 8mm shank. Have you ever tried buying 6 or 8mm router bits from UK suppliers? Yeah, it's actually quite difficult, I found. I bought some rubbish router bits off of eBay. Just absolute trash. No good whatsoever. But salvation came from an unlikely place. I thought I'd have to order this set from a German hardware shop. But actually, I found this 8mm router bit set. I got this from B&Q online. And it's just got the basic router bits. But that's all I need at the moment. Does the job fantastically. I do regret buying this, and I wish I hadn't. But now I have. yeah, so I'm going to have to deal with it. But I do want to use this for a router table. So that's another thing to put on my build list, a router table. What else to show you? In the bottom of this box, actually, let's show you this. A few more bits and bobs. Some cheap performance tools, again from B&Q probably. I've got my reciprocating saw. There. Got my jigsaw and a heat gun. That's it. They all just live in this box if I can get it back together properly. And that's about it. That's about it. Actually, something else I want to show you is all my clamps stored up here. F clamps, quick clamps. These are really cool. These are the clamps that go with my Parkside plunge table saw. No, track saw, whatever it's called. But yeah, they're really cool. But yeah, more clamps up there. Right, so I hope you like this little look around my small garage. I haven't shown you everything, just some miscellaneous tools I think I've missed off. But I really need to start clearing this out and making some changes and making it a bit easier to work in this small space. But I don't think I'm doing too badly at the moment. Again, any thoughts, any tips, please, constructive criticism only, please, in the comments below. Appreciated, very much appreciated. Like I say, I'm going to build a list of all these little things, all these little jobs I need to do, and I'm going to crack on with them, I guess. Please ignore the dodgy wiring everywhere. Again, that's another thing I've got to sort out. Anyway, thanks for watching to the end. I do appreciate that. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.